Hey guys, RJ from Tele Talks here, and on today's episode of Talkin Teles, we are going to talk about my Fender Cabronita 2014 FSR in Seafoam Green, aka Shelly the Tele. So let's go ahead and get started. First off, a little backstory of how I was made aware of just the Cabronita model in general. It started in circa 2016. I had recently discovered a band that became my new favorite, if you will. It was a band called Daughter, and she was playing in a live performance at Air Studio.
Shadows settle on the place that you left.
It was just haunting and I loved it, but more specifically, I loved the guitar tone. It was crystal clear, yet very warm. It just hit all the right notes, if you will. So like everybody else, I took to the internet, and after doing some research, I found out it was a Fender Cabronita. This thing was just so cool. The idea of having like Gretsch style pickups and a Telecaster, it just seemed right to me. It seemed like a lot of fun. Anyways, so of course, wanting one, I took to Craigslist, I took to Reverb. I actually found somebody on Craigslist, and he had I think it was a Sunburst one. And unfortunately, our schedules didn't align. I was unable to pick it up before he sold it to somebody else. That's, the hustle, right? Anyways, so nothing else came up for a while. And fast forward like a month maybe, and I don't know about you guys, but you know how you wake up and you're like checking your phone and whatnot. First thing that I do is I actually check reverb.com to see if there's any deals, and I came across, well, what would turn out to be the one. It was a 2014 FSR made in Mexico, Fender Cabronita in Seafoam, with a couple awesome upgrades, a Gretsch style switch and a hip shot bridge, and I just knew I had to have it. But there was one problem. I was broke. Cue the hero of the story, my significant other, Andrea. I was texting her back and forth, and I was showing her the pictures of the guitar, and I was like, oh, I really hope it doesn't sell before I get paid. And well, to make sure that it didn't sell before I got paid, she went ahead and actually loaned me the money so I could actually get the guitar. And we had just started dating, so like this was like took me back, and it absolutely blew my mind. And I was able to get the guitar. So fast forward a little bit, I go ahead and purchase the guitar, in a hurry because I don't want this thing to sell, right? Like I can't, I don't want it to sell. In my worried state, in the rush that I was in, I paid through PayPal. However, I accidentally shipped it to Andrea's address. Now, it doesn't sound like a big deal, right? I just go over to my girlfriend's house to pick it up. However, we were dating long distance at the time. I was in Texas, she was in California. So now I'm thinking like, dang, do I have to ship the guitar to myself? Let me hit up the reverb seller and see if he'll just ship it to my actual address in Texas. So I hit him up via message, and of course, to cover himself, he did not feel comfortable just shipping it to an address that wasn't on the actual PayPal order, because buyer's protection, it works both ways. So cue the second hero of the story, and it's the actual seller. So what does he do? He goes, hey, I will cancel this order and I will relist it at just a huge markup, and then if you send me an offer for the original price that it was at, I'll accept it with the new address, etc., etc. He goes, the only thing is if somebody actually is crazy enough to buy it, of course I'm gonna go and let them pay for the full markup price that he did. I think it was like an extra 40% above used value. Anyways, so luckily he cancels my order, relists it, I put in an offer, he accepts it, and he, and the rest is history. He sends me the guitar out of the box. It's immaculate, it's awesome, it's perfect. So then essentially what I do is I set it up to my liking. I put 10s on it. I, of course, adjust the intonation because of that, because I think it came with 11s and it was half step down or something like that. And I plug it into my, at the time, I think it was my Orange OR15, and it just sounded everything I could want it to be. It played great. The neck just had the right girth, and it just felt like butter in my hands. And I don't know if maybe it's kind of like a placebo because of how much the guitar means to me, but it is my number one guitar. It will always be my number one guitar because of the story behind it, because of what Andrea did to go out of her way to make sure I had that guitar, and how much it just felt right and still feels right to this day, to where all other guitars are cool and whatnot, but this one's mine. And unless I'm buried with this guitar, I look forward to passing this down to our daughter, Juniper. just goes to show you, it doesn't have to be like some crazy custom shop, but it's gotta be the right one for you. And this is definitely the right one. And this video is long overdue. I should have been talking about this guitar on day one since I started the channel, because it is actually one of the inspirations of why I started this channel. Like, I liked Teles before that, but I loved this Tele. Anyways, guys, thank you for listening to my long rant. I hope you enjoyed everything. Please, down below, if you have a special guitar or a special story behind a guitar, go ahead and tell me about it in the comments down below. Please be sure to subscribe, click that like button, and click the little bell. That way you make sure you can get updates on when we upload. I also want to give a special thanks to all of our recent subscribers. It's really hard to post being, on YouTube, because being a dad and just family life, right? But it really has meant a lot to me that you guys continue to support the channel, even when I'm not as active as I should and wish I could be. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. See you next time.